gas. And the very first Logia that we meet in the series was
my dog Smoker. No, this is actually the GOAT. No cap.
Really, he was the perfect first opponent to demonstrate this incredibly...
It's low-key broken though. You see, there are so many people sleeping on Smoker, right? Maybe he's not in the right hand. The smoke is OP. Let's say he has the ability to make toxic smoke and cover the area in non-breathable smoke. You breathe it and you die, right? He gets out your body and expand it like to actual body, like how like Ant-Man could do. He could fly. He could make a vortex. He could probably find out a way to harden his smoke and make tools, a weapon, and armor out of it, like hockey kind of. You know, it's kind of limitless. Like you can make a space laser with smoke. So I mean, Smoker, he slept on, really is.
Devil
really
fruit
is.
Power. Meanwhile, the first warlord that the Straw Hats faced off against was Crocodile,
My boy
owner
Crocodile.
of the Sand Logia. Not only could Crocodile use his sand to release powerful attacks like Espada, but he also had the ability to drain the moisture out of anything, rendering his opponents into dry husks.
Yeah.
However, Luffy found that Crocodile was weak to water, and by drenching his hands, he could actually land blows against the warlords. Luffy's brother Ace
was drenching
wielded
blood, not
the
water.
Flame fruit, or the Mera Mera no Mi. Now, this fruit was a major plot point in Dressrosa when Doflamingo offered it as a prize in the Colosseum to bait Luffy. In this tournament, Luffy and Ace's other brother Sabo finally ended up claiming the fruit. Meanwhile, Enel has one of the most powerful Logia fruits we've ever seen in a series. In addition to the usual lightning-based powers, we see him striking...
Oh yeah, I didn't understand this scene right here. I didn't understand like how Robin even survived.
In addition to the usual
Like, you should be dead. How are you still alive? I feel like for plot's sake, Oda just chooses for characters to not die when they know good and well that they should. I brought this up before, but like it does not make any sense whatsoever. You know? I want to touch Smoker on his thick abs. Alright.
Him striking from an extremely long range, using his electricity to power technology, manipulate metals, and even restart his own heart. It was just a little bit unfortunate for him that a rubbery man ended up showing up in Sky.
Yeah, that was
Kuzan's
quite crazy.
ice fruit is one of the few devil fruits we've seen that can clearly impact seawater, despite the sea being a devil fruit user's weakness. By freezing the surface of the ocean, he's able to bicycle from island to island. Pretty convenient.
That's pretty
sick. He can also freeze opponents inside and out, and they can be shattered to pieces if not carefully heated up. Blackbeard, meanwhile, has one of the most unusual Logias, to the point where we're wondering if it's not
walking
actually
anti-magic.
the zone fruit, the Yami Yami no Mi,
The Asa of the
darkness
verse.
fruit. Rather than his body turning into darkness, he can suck matter into a black hole. Blackbeard is also a lot more vulnerable to pain and can nullify the fruit powers of other devil fruit users that he touches. Borsalino, another...
Wait, if he's a Logia? Wait, hold up. Because this is the Logia section. So if Blackbeard's a Logia, has he been shown that he can go intangible? Or no?
nullify the fruit powers of other devil fruit users that he touches. Borsalino, another marine admiral, uses the Pika Pika no Mi, the light Logia fruit.
Nah, that is
Using
actually
his
OP.
devil fruit, he can deliver light speed kicks and fly from island to island faster than any ship can actually travel. Dr. Vegapunk also used this fruit as the basis for developing the Pacifista's beam lasers. And Sakazuki, the current fleet admiral, wields the Magma fruit. Its immense power burns much hotter than the fire fruit, which made it possible for him to kill Ace during the Marineford War. This is one of the most offensively powerful fruits in the entire series.
Rest in peace, Ace.
Oh, and then we have Caribou, another very unique Logia fruit user like Blackbeard, whose fruit doesn't allow the typical Logia rules. His swamp doesn't seem to be able to generate limitless amounts of muck, but he does have the seemingly limitless storage inside of himself. Inside of this swampy pocket dimension, he can store plenty of meat or even mermaids. Caesar Clown's gas fruit has dominion over an entire state of matter. He's able to create various gases, usually poisonous ones, but he can also remove the oxygen in a given area to suffocate opponents.
And you're telling me Smoker can't do that? Wait, why can't Smoker do that? Smoke is a gas. He should do the same thing. Increase the amount of smoke in his smoke so they can't breathe. Or flip their lungs and make their lungs black like they smoke cigarettes all the time. Like, bro,
Monet, a member of the Doflamingo family, has a snow fruit. This is a fairly straightforward
He made smoke.
After Monet's apparent death, we haven't seen a new snow user appear quite yet. One of the Marine's newest admirals, alrmalikk, showed monstrous strength with his forest Logia fruit. He dominated the remnants of Kaido's crew and also held the scabbards at bay until interference from Shanks. With his fruit, he can fly long distances on a flower, sap the strength from opponents, and summon a practical army of plants to fight for him. Which now brings us to the Paramecia category of devil fruits. That includes, well, everything else. This is a mixed bag of powers that are left up to Oda Sensei's imagination, but usually fall into two types of categories. There are Paramecias which manipulate the user's body in some way, or Paramecia fruits that manipulate the environment or other people in some way. Starting with Buggy, who was the very first devil fruit user that we met in the series beside Luffy.
Buggy's fruit's actually pretty strong. If only he was strong himself, he could be really
the very first Paramecia user that we ever get to meet. His Chop fruit allows him to disassemble his body at will. This makes him immune to cutting attacks. His separated body parts are also able to fly, provided that his feet are staying on the ground.
Like, imagine if Zoro had Buggy's fruit. That would be pretty insane. I'm just saying. That would be pretty insane.
The Sube no Mi makes Alvida's body extremely smooth and slippery. Attacks
or even like
slide
Sanji.
off of this ally of Buggy's. Mr. 5 of Baroque Works can turn any part of his body into a bomb. He usually uses boogers, but for an advanced technique, he can also breathe into the chambers of a revolver for long-distance explosive shots. Miss Valentine can use her Kilo fruit to alter her own weight for up to 10,000 kilograms. She can make herself lightweight to float in the air on her umbrella, or increase her weight to dive bomb on opponents. Next, we have a Straw Hat. Nico Robin's Hana no Mi, while being named the flower fruit, doesn't have much to do with the actual flower. Instead, she blooms or blossoms parts of her body anywhere she chooses to. So pre-time skip, she'd usually sprout arms on her opponents and break their backs with her clutch.
Yeah, I was seeing, I'm like, dang. She'd like choke them, grab like this and crack their spine. I'm like, oh. She's not playing games, or snap their necks.
However, after the time skip, she's demonstrated the ability to create clones of herself, make giant limbs, and even undergo her demonio transformation.
Bro, they are so lucky.
Mr. 3 or Galdino uses the wax fruit to generate huge quantities of wax.
I hate this dude.
The most utility that this has seen in
not
the
more than
series
Mr.
is
2 though.
Making keys, as well as making venom-resistant armor for Luffy during Impel Down. Now, Wapol's fruit is pretty weird. The Munch fruit allows him to eat anything and then incorporate the material into his own body.
Bro has 3 as a haircut.
This with stone and metal to fortify himself, and more horrifying.
Let me pause and read this. Mihawk has been shown to be able to hit Buggy. Oh dang. Yeah, imagine if Zoro had that then. That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Finally, eats his own subordinates to combine them into
Wapol, bro, Wapol's actually fat.
Mr. 2's copy ability allows him to transform his appearance into that of anyone that he's touched.
The most useless fruit.
Making him a master of deception.
Bro's a clown.
At the same time, Mr. 1 uses his dice fruit to turn any part of his body into blades. This of course made him the perfect opponent for Zoro, who had to learn how to cut steel in order to defeat
that was plot. He should have died.
His double finger spike fruit allows sharp spikes to protrude from any part of her body.
Now, my review that I said on this arc about her, well, I stand by that heavily. She's actually so dumb for letting Nami do those tricks and getting herself hurt or injured badly. She literally sold. Impel Down, bro. Man, I'll see.
Well.
I'll see.
Her Ori Ori no Mi or Bind fruit lets her conjure black
Wasted
iron
fruit.
bars to trap criminals.
No, for real.
Bellamy's Spring fruit allows him
Buggy
to turn
needs
his
to
limbs
step it up.
into springs, which gives him the ability to
when Luffy slammed this kid, yo, I'm like, okay, tell this boy. I was so happy. I was like a proud father. Bro, like, he deserved it, dude. The dude was just a douchebag for no reason.
Super quickly around the battlefields. Doflamingo's String fruit is one of the most versatile devil fruits we've seen in the entire series. Doflamingo is an example of a character who truly mastered his devil fruit power.
Wait, I thought I thought Doflamingo was a Logia. Oh, don't really know. I thought he could turn like his whole entire body into strings, but apparently not. I thought it was. What? Him. I thought Doflamingo was a Logia. He made a clone. Oh. Okay, I got you.
He could use his strings to manipulate people like puppets, to create clones for himself, to stitch up injuries to his internal organs, and that is just the start of it. Because this is not getting into super OP techniques like the birdcage. In addition, the Ito Ito no Mi was the first example we saw of a paramecia fruit awakening, which allowed Doflamingo to turn his environment into strings as well. Foxy's Noro Noro no Mi allowed him to
so awakening your devil fruit is OP. But I feel like it depends on what kind of fruit you have. That's kind of insane. Wait, so that's what Luffy can do. Because Luffy can turn his environment to rubber. But Doflamingo has been doing that, but it turned to string. That's kind of crazy. Gear 4 Bucky. He has hockey though? Wait, what? Who's Bellamy? I don't know who Bellamy is. At least I don't know by the name.
Beam that slows down anything it touches, which even though looked goofy, actually kind of powerful. Bruno of ZP9 is able to make a door on any surface and escape to a sort of pocket dimension. This of course makes him a great asset as a Cypherpole agent, as he's easily able to get around undetected and flee a scene unnoticed. Khalifa, another agent of ZP9, was given a Bubble Devil fruit by Spandam that, among other things, can make her opponents extra squeaky clean. Captain Very Good's berry fruit can turn him into...
That is the most useless fruit. Okay, now that's actually the most useless fruit. You can clean your opponents. Like what is the benefit in that?
Captain Shu's rust fruit can cause metallic items to rust very quickly, to the detriment of Zoro's sword, and Captain Shiringuru's wheels fruit lets him turn his arms and legs into wheels. We also have Perona's hollow fruit that allows her to summon ghosts called negative hollows, which make anyone they pass through negative. Plus, she can also leave her body to float around in her spirit form, which is very convenient. Kinda similar to that, Brook's revive fruit brought him back to life as a skeleton after his death. For a long time, that seemed to be its only power, but now he's gained the power to manipulate his soul, the soul of others, and summon ice powers from the depth of hell, which is pretty badass. And sticking with the spooky theme, the former warlord Gecko Moria used his shadow fruit to separate people's shadows from their bodies and then place them inside zombies that are under his control. The clear fruit that was first owned by Absalon and now by Shiryu allows the user to turn invisible.
You said it cleans the evil out of them too? Oh. If Brook awakens his fruit, he can bring everyone back to life hypothetically? Imagine all the fallen people that died in like this like one massive like war that breaks out. Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy though, I'm not gonna lie. Every like crazy strong pirate in the past or that has previously died to team up against like the Marines or something, that would be insane.
And Bartholomew Kuma's Nikyu Nikyu no Mi or Pawpaw fruit allows him to repel anything, whether that's an attack, a person, or even an intangible concept like pain. And he can then use it to transmit people at high speeds all across the world. Luffy's rival Eustace Kid, meanwhile, has the power of magnetism, allowing him to manipulate any type of metal. For example, after losing his arm, he uses his fruit to create a metallic replacement. With his Devil Fruit Awakening, he can also make his opponents magnetic as well. And Luffy's other rival, Trafalgar Law, has the Ope Ope no Mi, which lets him create a room in which he can then manipulate just about anything. He can remove people's body parts, their hearts, swap their personalities, trade places with objects.
Now that's pretty broken, I'm not gonna lie.
This fruit also has a special ability to grant someone eternal life at the cost of the user's life with the so-called immortality surgery. Meanwhile, Capone Beige's castle fruit turns him into a castleman. He can shrink down his entire crew, who can then act as an army inside of him, as well as transform into a full-size castle with tank treads. Basil Fucking straw fruit lets him use straw creatures as voodoo dolls connected to other people's life force, allowing damage done to himself to be inflicted on other targets. At the same time, Scratchman Apu's Tone fruit has the power to transform his body parts into musical instruments. Anyone who can hear his music can be harmed by his sound waves.
Okay, I'm about to say that's the next useless fruit, but it's not that bad as compared to like the bubble one. The bubble one was quite bad. I would like to have all my homies inside of me too. You said as a kid, useless. Wait, why do you guys don't like kid for? What happened to kid? April, that's a good fruit. Yeah, why don't you guys like kid? Call them mid wild. Oh, I mean it's Shanks, to be fair. I mean it's literally Shanks. That's not his fault.
We have